Hey everybody, Dr. Kaitlin here with Fit PT. I'm going to take you through the third and final step to developing into being able to do a single leg RDL. If you haven't already viewed my last two videos that talked about the double leg RDL and the modified single leg RDL tutorial, please go back and watch those because those are going to be really helpful to practice and to work on form prior to this video. Okay, so single leg RDL, what is it? How do we do it? So what we are talking about is a Romanian deadlift on one leg. So for example, if I do no weight alone, I'm going to balance on my right leg, soft little bend, neutral spine, neutral core. I'm going to think about doing a plank position with my upper body. Okay, so if I do the first one here, hands at the hips, I'm going to lower down, and I'm only going to go as far as I feel comfortable and in control. As I exhale, I'm going to lift my body back up from the back of my legs. Now I can touch my toes, I can touch here, I can lift here, any of those are options. Inhale. Notice my core is still engaged. Exhale as I rise. Good, arms here so you can see pelvis. Inhale. Exhale. Now one of the biggest mistakes I see when people start to go into these single legs is they rotate their pelvis open. So see how I'm kind of rotating my pelvis towards you? My left hip is actually rotated higher than my right. And a lot of people are just trying to go bigger and better, which I understand, but we're breaking our form and not getting as much out of that movement. And in particular, you're over strengthening your lateral outside hamstrings and not strengthening enough of the inside hamstrings. So that can cause an imbalance. So I always say when you're starting single leg RDLs, let's put the hands on the hips. That really helps you focus in on the bony hip points in the front here with my fingertips. They both need to point down. So as I come up, inhale, I only go as far as I can control that. Exhale, rise. So if I show you on my left side, same thing. I'm trying to now focus on keeping my right hip down. Think about my hips like laser pointers. And then exhale, rise. Okay, so that is a single leg RDL. You must master that without weight first. Then you can start to add weight. Get the form, be in control, get those right muscles working, then you can add some weights. So for example, a couple different options. If I want a kettlebell, I can hold my kettlebell center, up and down. I could do unilateral, meaning if I'm doing my left side, I could put the kettlebell on my right side. That's really going to challenge my core and my hip systems. That's actually a little bit harder. I put my left hand out for a little counterbalance. Or I could use some dumbbells or a barbell. Okay, so there's lots of options with these. Just depends on what kind of equipment you have handy, how you like to strengthen. Okay, palms could face either direction. Some people get really fancy, start to do some rows or some arm movements at the base, right? Kickbacks. But again, form matters. So make sure you've got the basic mechanics and form down before you get all fancy and add up the weight and up the challenge. All right, you guys, that is how you perform a single leg RDL. Have fun with it, build it up. Make sure you're reviewing those other tutorials if you haven't seen them already. And be sure to subscribe to Your Fit PT for more tips and tricks on how to stay fit, healthy, and perform proper biomechanics when you're lifting and exercising.